Oh, what's going on? What's going on? I welcome everybody to another 4 a.m. session. You know what I mean? It is February 20th, 2023. And, today is a special day. Today is a special day. It's a special day because this is the day I'm going to be giving away the Harriet Tubman 8x11 frame print. I know y'all have been waiting for those who have participated in the giveaway, leaving the comments, liking, and sharing. I appreciate every last one of you. I will be announcing the winner later on, so stay locked in for that. I found it kind of pretty dope that I'm giving away this print on President's Day, being on I had put Harriet Tubman on one of the presidential, the $20 bill, but we've been waiting for that $20 bill for a while. We don't know why they ain't pressing the green button, but it's okay. Speaking of the title today is Boldness Has Genius. That was from that thing was from the W.H. Murray. And for me, my take on that statement or my take on that quote is so powerful. Similar to what me and my friend called me just yesterday, sharing with me, some experiences that they was experiencing. One of the things that they said was, when you're in a room, know that you are put in that room for a reason. Know that you belong in that room for a reason, and stand firm, and knowing that you belong there, right? And I'm at a point in my creative journey or just in life where wherever I'm placed in, wherever God placed me in, now I'm confident. I wasn't always that confident because of my past, because of where I come from. Am I worthy to be here? Do I have enough credentials to be here? And, you know, things are put in place where, you know, our angels be our ancestors, our people who've transitioned on, can also play a significant part as to getting us where we are. Um, so, I got to tell a story as it relates to this boldness has genius quote. I remember it was a time where, and I shared this on one of my videos. If you look through my video section with I met Kevin Hart, I shared this story. But I talked about how I was in the room and I didn't feel, confident enough that I belonged there, because I felt like the art that I created was rushed. And I remember this was like, excuse me, this was like the day that I was supposed to present the actual art piece through a mutual friend of Kevin's. And I remember Kevin telling me this is after he performed. We were backstage, and he was just sitting watching the last bits, last parts of the fight. And I decided to go sit next to him. And this is after I presented the sneakers. And this is, I'm saying, I shared with him like, "Yo, my bad, y'all. I wish I would have been able to, make the shoes, and I wish I would have been able to do more." And he said, "Nah, man, stop that. I'm not going to let you do that right now." He said, "Man, what you created for me was dope. It was from the heart." And I remember him saying like, "Yo, I'm putting your shoes up." Now that was in 2018, where I wasn't aware or I didn't value what I was doing to a high regard. Meaning, I didn't look at when a person told me back then in my early stages of my creative journey when I started doing shoes again or doing making art again. I wasn't aware when people say, "Yo, I'm putting your stuff up, I'm putting it up," that means that, "Yo, I'm putting your stuff up," meaning like I hold a great standard to what you created for me, and I'm not going to be able to wear this. And that's what he said. D. Ray Davis was another person that said that. I have footage of him and I when we were in DC after the show, and he was looking at the shoes. He was like, "I guess I can't hoop in these." And again, he put his sneakers up. So now, the boldness I want to also tap into when you begin doing something new, it gets kind of scary. So I started making like art pieces, you can say, right after I got out of high school. I mean, I was still a senior in high school. I made my first piece, which was a pair of jeans, but I made my first actual sneakers while I was still like after I graduated high school. It was these hospital shoes that I had grabbed that I put Burberry fabric onto the shoes, and it was like straps that was on the hospital shoes. And now fast forward to about I think like 2 or 3 years ago, Burberry had just released a sneaker that had the straps, you know, their very first streetwear sneaker. And I'm like, wow, I did that in 2003. And I remember in 2004, when I wanted to make some Scarface shoes, I put the actual screen grabs from the photos of the movie because I had the software that you were able to grab screen grabs because you couldn't search. This was it was I don't, was Google even out there? I think Google was out. It might have been out, but this is like early 2004. I remember having to um, click each frame by frame, getting those images online, and no one at that time, you can see sneakers as what they are now today, but no one at that time was putting pictures on Air Force Ones. And I have a photo, a Polaroid photo actually, of one of my first sneakers that I put pictures on. And the second sneaker was a Chucky theme sneaker that I made. And it continued from there. Belly, The Wire when it came out, and all this. But I say all that to say this. I get contacted all the time about, hey, what paper you're using, or hey, how can I do this? And I believe that even if I share the blueprint, which I do, I share it all the time, how I'm able to do it. I didn't have Google. I'm sorry, I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have TikTok. I didn't have any tutorial that taught me how to do what I'm doing now. A lot of the stuff that I've done it with learning by doing. And I remember at the time where I was putting the pictures on sneakers, even then, a lot of people was like, yo, like you put pictures on sneakers. What's this? What's this? And now you see a lot of creatives or a lot of people wanting to be different. Look at the recent sneaker release with the red shoes, just was released this past week. A lot of people are buying into wanting to stand out. And I remember in November 2014, when Snoop first started telling me like it was a wave of people wanting to stand out. She was like, Akio, I believe that you need to go back and to do what you were doing in the early 2000s. And I listened to her advice. And, God had put me in a position of miracle territory where it got the right eyes on what I was doing. I believe that stuff would could have been had happened in my early stages of my career, but I was dibber dabbering into uh, two different other worlds, meaning I was making like stuff that was illegal. I was making like, passes, IDs, that's another story for other videos that I have released. But I think that in that boldness, the genius had developed of creating things that have never been done before. And in that repetition of keep going at it with just, you know, um, being resilient towards the craft, and persistent and consistent, it had put me into those rooms where it's like, why are you not standing in your own? Because even when I felt insecure about the Kevin Hart situation, it was because I was tapping into a different medium that I'd never tapped in before. Off of Kevin Hart's comedy Air Force Ones, if you look at those posts, I put like all the comedy tours, like the text, but I painted it on the sneaker. And that was something new for me because I remember in 2018, I told myself that I wanted to start doing sneakers differently. I wanted to start implementing more paint because I was listening to naysayers saying like, yo, you need to step out of the picture world or step out of the collage world and get into paint. So I started dabbing into paint. And that's why I felt not confident as to why when I gave Kevin Hart the shoes, I felt like, yo, like this ain't me. If I would have done it, I would have done a collage or a picture collage like I normally would do. Fast forward to the documentary that he had released on Netflix. I remember Nico, who is also from Baltimore, she says she got Kevin Hart a rug that was a collage of photos. And she said, Kevin really loves photos. And I was like, dang, man, like the sneaker that I originally had in mind, I would have loved to actually put a collage on there, but I wanted to step away from my old aesthetic. But you see what I did there? I wasn't bold in my own genius. I wasn't bold in standing firm into what I innately is my aesthetic, which is utilizing pictures to tell a story. So um, that's the nugget. I hope that helps someone today, and just begin what you're doing right now. Just start. Because had I would have started, or had I would have listened to naysayers in the very beginning when I first started putting the pictures on sneakers, or even listening to them in that year when they was like, yo, that's something different, or that's new, it was this, um, then, I would have been one of those ones that said, yo, I was doing that then, and I'm mad that I did not continue to do that. Or when Snoop nudged me, when she was only a vessel, God used her like, hey, like nudge Akio and tell him to use all his gifts. I want this man to use all his gifts. And now I'm tapping into how can I share my gift with the world, not just my sneaker gift, but also getting back into storytelling in ways where I'm able to do filmmaking, because I'm a filmmaker as well. So all these things that I do with telling stories, it just doesn't reside in me doing art pieces. It also resides into me visually telling these stories as I am gifted in that area as well. So I encourage you to definitely tap in, begin to start with what you have right now. You see what I'm doing. I don't know why Spirit told me to start telling my stories on here, using my phone. I have a camera that I wanted to use, but the setup is crazy. I'm like, oh, wow. I want to use the webcam, to use the 4K webcam to give you guys a better enhanced experience. But I'm not allowing me not having that camera set up with me clearing out my space on my laptop in order to download the software. I'm not allowing that to stop me from doing this every day at 4 a.m., doing this 4 days a week at 4 a.m. I want to be consistent, and I want to be persistent, because in that consistency, that's when the magic happens. That's where the sweet spot is. So I encourage you to start where you are, because you just never know who's looking. And you always have somebody looking, because your ancestors and your angels and God is actually seeing how you're being consistent in one area, and He's able to pour. You're wondering why you're getting these speaking engagements. You're wondering why, because He's seeing that you're being faithful over a few. He will make you ruler over many. Okay. So anyway, hope that encouraged y'all today. Definitely be on the lookout at 8 p.m. I will be I will be announcing the winner of the 8x11 Harriet Tubman frame. All right. So anyway, thank y'all for tapping in. Much respect, much love, and like and share this video. If it inspires you today, definitely like and share this video. Okay. All right. Peace. I just seen somebody tap this to the playback. I'm about to get off here. Look at the playback. You're going to want to check this one out. Appreciate you. Much love and respect. All right.